How does it feel to be useless, son? My mom laughed loudly in front of 23 relatives at Thanksgiving dinner. Everyone looked at me with pity. I stared at her satisfied smirk and realized I was completely done. I couldn't wait to watch her lose everything. For 3 years, I secretly acted as her financial safety net. I paid her $1,500 rent every month. I lived in a tiny studio apartment that flooded when it rained. I survived on cheap rice to make ends meet. She told everyone the divorce left her destitute, so I drained my bank account to save her. Meanwhile, she lived a double life. While telling our family I was a failure, she bought a new SUV. She went on wine tours. She filled her closet with designer handbags. She funded her luxury lifestyle with the $80,000 she actually got from the divorce, a settlement she blatantly lied about. Now, she was mocking me at the dinner table. She called me useless again. I set my fork down very carefully. I looked directly into her eyes. "Feels great," I said, "since I just stopped paying your rent." The entire room froze. My dad dropped his fork. The metallic clatter echoed loudly. 23 people stopped chewing at the exact same time. "What rent?" my dad asked slowly. His intense gaze locked onto her. Mom's face flushed bright red. She stammered heavily. I kept my tone dead calm. I pulled out my phone and opened my banking app. I turned the bright screen toward my family. I scrolled slowly through the transaction history. Every single month, a $1,500 transfer right to her. 36 consecutive payments. $54,000 in pure rent. Plus groceries, plus car insurance. 75 grand total over 3 miserable years. My uncle breathed a harsh curse word. My sister demanded to know where Mom's money went. "Want to tell them about the 12 designer handbags?" I asked. Mom's jaw clenched tight. My aunt realized Mom spent thousands on luxury purses while I lived in a damp closet. Mom frantically claimed I offered the money freely because I wanted to help. I pulled up my old text messages. I read her exact words out loud to the dead silent room. "You owe me this. I ruined my body having you. Make sure I have a roof over my head." My grandmother gasped aloud. The absolute disgust on her face was incredibly clear. Mom's face went chalk white. She realized she lost control. "I stopped the automatic payment yesterday," I told her. "Your landlord is getting the notice right now." She completely panicked. She yelled that she would be homeless on the street. "Useless people don't pay $1,500 a month," I replied coldly. My dad exploded. He slammed his heavy hand onto the mahogany table. The water glasses rattled hard against the wood. He yelled that she was 52 years old and completely capable of working full-time. My aunt stood up and pointed fiercely at the front door. She aggressively told my mother to get out of her house immediately. Nobody defended her. Not a single person spoke up to save her. Mom grabbed her expensive designer purse and stormed out in a massive rage. The front door slammed hard enough to violently rattle the dining room windows. I went back to my cheap apartment that night. The property manager called me directly. He confirmed the canceled payment. Then he dropped a massive bombshell. She was already 2 months behind on her utility bills. He was filing for immediate eviction on Friday. My uncle called me an hour later. He offered me a beautiful rental house for incredibly cheap. My dad called and apologized for not seeing the gross manipulation. Friday came. The landlord officially filed the eviction. Mom was forced out of her luxury apartment. She ended up sleeping on a friend's lumpy couch. She had to get a full-time retail job working 40 exhausting hours a week. I finally bought a real bed, cooked real meals, and started living my peaceful life. She calls me sometimes to apologize, but I keep my firm distance. I am no longer her personal ATM.